This is Sabrina, also known as Ms.AwesomeLawson, and I want to give a shout out to my IJS fam. And I'm coming to you with a video on standards. And I know you're thinking like, standards? What do you mean standards? Do you have standards? What are your standards? And a lot of you may think you know your standards, but I want to let you know a lot of people do not know their standards. I mean, you may think you know your standards, but do you really know? Have you ever been on a date and someone asks you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or even on an interview and somebody says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And you have like a brain fart and you're like, where do I see myself in 5 years? Or, someone asks you, what do you want out of a person? And you're like, what do I want out of a person? It's like you know what you want, but you just can't pinpoint it out. Well, I'm going to help you with that. This video is on standards. I am going to show you how to set your standards and how to follow through with them, how to follow up on them, and how to make sure they follow up on them. So first thing you need to get is a board. A dry erase board, okay? Or you can get a notebook, but I like having a board. You can get this from Dollar General, Family Dollar, any place like that is inexpensive. And you get this and you hang it up. You put it in your room, you guys, and you can follow through with your standards. You can make weekly standards, monthly standards, yearly standards, 6 months, 5 years, all of that. It's up to you because this is your life. So what you do is you write down your goals. Standards are also the same as goals, you guys. So this video is on standards. So the first step is to figure out what your standards are, what you want, what you don't want. So a lot of times it's easy to figure out what you don't want versus what you want. So that's good. You can't look at it like it's bad. So we're gonna use relationships as we're gonna figure out what we want in someone or standards in a relationship. Now you can use this same tactic with a job, with goals. You can use the same tactic, but we're gonna use relationships here. So what you don't want in a relationship. So remember, this is standards. Okay? So main thing, if someone asks me what I want, I'm going to think about what I don't want. I don't want a cheater. So I'm going to write down what I don't want. I don't want a cheater. I don't want a liar. Is that how you spell liar? Liar. Sorry, y'all. I don't want someone who steals. I don't want a thief. I don't want someone that's broke. These are your standards. So they can be whatever you want them to be. Okay. I don't want someone with kids. I'm just saying, okay? You may be saying, oh, don't you have kids? So these my standards. Someone that's not, you may say, not family oriented. Okay, someone that lack of communication, don't communicate. Someone without a house. If they don't have a house, you don't want them. That's up to you. Without a house, without a car. Someone who's selfish. Someone who you don't want. These are your don't wants. So it can also be if they don't believe in God, you don't want them. Don't believe. This is just an example, you guys. So now these are the things that you don't want, because it's easier to figure out the things that you don't want versus the things that you want. So now you say, Okay, these are the things I don't want. So what if you don't want a cheater, you want someone who is what? Honest or faithful. Faithful. Sorry, y'all. You want someone that's truthful. That's the same as honest. You thief. You don't want a thief. So we know, okay. You don't want someone that's broke, so you want them to be wealthy or rich. That's up to you. Kid without kids, so you don't want someone with kids, okay? Someone that you don't want, no one that's not family oriented. So you want someone who is family oriented. Okay, who don't communicate. You want the communication to be well. Great communication. Without a house and a car, they need to have a house and a car. Selfish, giving. They need to be giving. Caring. Believe in God. So you see how easy this is when you write down the things that you don't want, because you automatically can figure out the things that you don't want. Okay? So you write down the things that you don't want, and you automatically can come up with the things that you do want. It's the opposite. So now when someone says on that date, what are the things that you want in a person? Instead of that brain fart, you can say, I want an honest person, someone who's faithful, someone who's truthful, someone who's wealthy. They must be family oriented, because my family is, however they are. They must have great communication. They must have a house and a car. They must be giving and caring. They must believe in God. Do you see how easy that was to figure out your standards by going off of the things that you don't want? So it's simple as that, you guys. So even with a job, you can do the same things with a job. What don't you don't want to work on weekends? You don't want to work night shift. You don't, and then you go back and draw the line and do the opposite. These are things that are the opposite of what you don't want. And as simple as that, and you stick by that. You stick by that, and that way, if this person they don't have what you want, they need to keep it pushing. They need to keep it pushing. And you will be respected more when you have standards, you guys. Get one of these dry erase boards so that you can write weekly goals. If your standards change, guess what? You can erase it. You know what I mean? If you say they don't have to be rich, this is your life. You can erase it. You have control of it, okay? But set your standards so that you will feel respected with the people that you deal with, so that you can go further in life. And that's all I have for you guys. I know this is a different video, but this was in my spirit, and I wanted to do this with you guys and just help some of you that don't know what your standards are. So when you're asked those questions, you can, feel like you can feel confident when you answer these questions. So thank you guys. Make sure that you like and share this video. And thank you to my IJS fam. Thanks for checking in with me. And I'm just saying, set those standards. Peace out.